I guess first of all, start big picture with things that really kind of helped you get you the win. Xavier Johnson, back-to-back big performances. Why do you think he was as good as he was back-to-back games?
Well, he's playing well. I mean, he's got confidence, and I think the supporting cast I thought played great. Geronimo and Rob having him back was huge. We had to limit his minutes, but his 10 minutes that he played, it was solid as hell, boy, and it really helped us when we built the lead. I mean, he was a big part of that. We just got to learn to close, though. But I'm pleased. I can't be more happy for a group of guys. I've never won here as a player, so.
Really, you never won here?
Never won here as a player. So I'm thanking these guys big time for fulfilling a dream.
Did you come close?
In those days, Mikhail and Michael Thompson and they were really good, man. They had good teams. We beat them at home, though, but we could never win here.
Your three-point shooting, your thoughts on how impactful that was?
I mean, it's important. I mean, when we defended like we were defending, we kind of dropped it at the end where they were able to get back in. But you got to give them credit. They made some tough shots. But when we're defending and we're able to make the long ball, and guys are open, man, we become a pretty good ball club. And we struggled in that area this season, but tonight again we were really good on the offensive end, I thought.
You mentioned there at the end, obviously you're up 27 with 8.5 to go, and then all of a sudden it gets crazy. Did you think about, hey, timeout to stop the ebb? Did you think let them play through it, or how did you approach it?
I didn't. I called a few timeouts. But again, guys, it's learning how to win. I mean, that's kind of been our, and I'm not calling it a problem because, guys, we've been so competitive this year. I can point to 5 games I wish I could have back that we gave away. And, we've been so competitive, but we're still learning how to win. I mean, and you got to give them credit, man. I mean, they didn't quit. And most teams don't quit in the Big Ten. So being up 27 and the way they shot the 3-ball, I mean, they made a game out of it at the end, I thought.
Mike, what went into playing Rob tonight?
Well, he was, he told us before we left to come here that he was going to play. But I knew his minutes were going to be limited. And he hadn't practiced, so I couldn't really burn him. So I figured I would play him 5 in the first half and 5 minutes in the second half. And they were a great 10 minutes, man.
Was it up to him, or was it up to the doctors, or who was it up to?
No, it was up to me, really. Because, again, at the end of the day, I need him for the long haul. And the fact that he hadn't really practiced, it would be crazy for me to come out here and try to give him 20 to 25 minutes. I mean, that just wouldn't make sense. Probably end up hurting him more than helping him.
Is there anything you guys can do to get Trace to finish games stronger? He starts well. Sometimes he has good middles, but sometimes he's not necessarily productive last 4, 5, 6 minutes. Is there anything to that, or?
Well, I mean, that's what you guys see.
Okay.
Again, Trace has been great all season for us. I mean, his numbers might not be as high as they were last year, but at the end of the day, he's played some pretty damn good basketball for our ball club, and it can't just be Trace. Race has got to do his job, and Parker and Miller. I mean, this is a team that I came in saying everybody's got to contribute. It just can't be Trace, and there's nights where we rode Trace's coattail all the way through the end, and there's some nights that we haven't. So I mean, where Race has been the guy. The last 2 games has been X. So I mean, I'm not concerned about that. Again, he's still growing as a young player, and we just got to put him in the best position possible to be successful to help us win.
Mike, this team with its back to the wall beat Maryland, now have beat Minnesota. Now you have to place a Rutgers team at home in order maybe to get into the tournament. Does this team seem to play better with its back to the wall?
Well, again, I don't know about that. This is the first time I've been in this situation with this team. At the end of the day, we know what's staring in our face. We know that Rutgers is up next, and we gotta win another game. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, it's Rutgers is next. coming into our building. So, and they're playing great basketball. So we got to come and commit for 40 minutes and see if we can get another game.
Hey, Coach, as Minnesota is coming back into the game there late in the second half, what was the message like in the huddle? Was it led by coaches? Were there players that stood up to try to stop the bleeding?
Well, again, I mean, we called a timeout here. The bottom line is we had enough cushion. I mean, they were making threes, and I thought we were defending the threes. It wasn't like they were just wide open. They made some tough shots, but they had to foul and we had to make free throws, and we were able to, make enough free throws to do what we needed to do to secure the win.
You talked about buddy ball between Race and Trace. What do you have to say about Xavier and Trace's relationship and how they complement each other in terms of Xavier's outside shooting?
Well, again, I mean, X is now starting to see things again. I thought he went through a stretch where things started to slow down for him, and he was really playing well, and then he kind of hit a wall again, and now he's back playing extremely well. And we're going to need everybody, man, as we continue this journey. With Rutgers, everybody's got to pitch in and do what they need to do before we, go to the next game. It's all about Rutgers right now.
What are you seeing from Bates and Geronimo? Are they kind of coming along, or what do you see?
Guys, they're still growing, and that's a part of college basketball. It's a part of the game. Young players, they grow. They're young. They got to continue to work to get better, and I got to help them get better. But I thought Geronimo was great tonight, and Tamara played some pretty positive minutes. He didn't hurt us.
You got Rob back. I saw Lander was warming up. Galloway, is it still the hammy?
Still his hamstring, growing area, I guess you want to call it. Don't know when he's going to be back. Don't really know when Christian's going to be back. We just got to ride the guys that are in uniform ready to play.